Hello Commanders and welcome in Melliodas Gaming in a new Conflict of Nations video, and today we go to the Battleground USA where I am going to give you my top 5 nations. Just a small hint, my top 5 nations here are more favorable for solo wins. So I'm not going to speak about nations that you can ally with, we are not going to speak about coalitions, we are going to speak about solo gameplay. These are the top 5 nations where you will have more chances to win it in solo play. So in my 5th place, I'm going to choose Texas. Texas is very famous in this mode as it has 7 cities and one of the biggest nations here. We have 2 neighbors, which is Louisiana and Nuevo Leon, and also we have 3 computer cities. So here Texas have a lot of choices. He go for Louisiana first or he goes for Nuevo Leon first. In my own perspective, here you have only 2 cities that Chihuahua and Nuevo Leon can enter from, which is Reynosa and El Paso. But with Louisiana, you have a full border that he can invade you from all this border. So from my own opinion, your first enemy would be Louisiana, and you just keep 2 stacks here in the borders with Reynosa and in El Paso to prevent Chihuahua and Nuevo Leon from entering and stabbing you from the back. This is how you start with a lot of security with Texas and try to minimize your casualties in the war against Louisiana. So if you manage successfully taking Louisiana and take all of these surrounding computer cities, which is 5 or 6, then your production, your resources production would be amazing. One other advice here, before engaging to Louisiana, you need to speak about Nuevo Leon and Chihuahua and of course make some diplomacy, speak with them and keep them as your friends. Maybe you try to give them right of way and trust them. In that case, they will not stab you in the back and they will go to other goals here, because Chihuahua have here Baja California, and he also have a computer player Jalisco, and they also have Mexico here, the big giant. So this is my 5th place, which is Texas. Let's go to my 4th place. In my 4th place, I'm going to choose Washington. Yes, I'm going to choose Washington and I'm going to explain why. First, here Washington have 7 cities, 2 of them components, 2 fuel, 1 electronics, 1 rare materials and 1 fuel, and 1 fuel, yeah. And he also have a province of components and another province of fuel. So here in Washington, the resources production is amazing. And also let's see its position in the map. In the south, we have Oregon, a computer player. In the east, we have Idaho, which is a player with 5 cities, a small nation. And in the north too, we have British Columbia with 5 cities. So in this case, Washington is going to be attacked by British Columbia, which is going to be his closest enemy and closest neighbor. In this case, Idaho, he have 2 choices. Either he goes for Montana, either he goes for Washington. And you can help him to trigger war against Montana. Of course, you speak with Idaho and tell him to go for Montana. In that case, your back is protected and you can focus all of your forces on British Columbia. If you manage to take British Columbia here, you can later go for Idaho, and also you will find him exhausted, the same as Montana, both because they are going to be at war. Both they will be exhausted and you can take all of this region. If you manage to take all of this region successfully, then Washington is going to be a big empire here and a very strong nation, of course. And I'm going to mention too that we have 2 coastal cities, Seattle and Vancouver. 2 coastal cities which they will enable us from making naval units. And also if you want, we can annex Vancouver or Victoria, which is also going to be a strategical place here, and this west coast is going to be yours. In 3rd place, the 3rd place you are not going to expect it, because it's not going to be a 7 cities nation, it's going to be a small nation, but the position is amazing. I'm going to give you 5 seconds to try to know which nation is going to be my 3rd one. Let's have a look here. Maybe, I don't know, Haiti, maybe Virginia, maybe Ohio. Okay, I'm going to go for Nicaragua. Look at this position of Nicaragua first. Just look at it, and you will understand why I choose it. Nicaragua is a small nation with only 5 cities, but I have to mention that we have a province of components, and we also have province of rare materials. The province of components is very important, that with the local industry of level 3, it's going to help us have good components production with the arms industries level 5 here, and let's go for frigates or destroyers so early in the game. Also, the position here, we are only surrounded by computer players. From the south we have Costa Rica, from the north we have Tegucigalpa, also we have San Salvador, Guatemala, Belmopan, Belize, so here it's only computer players. In this case, you are very well protected. Now you have no active player neighbors, you are well protected, you can start the game with a slow pace, you can start bringing up your arms industries and boosting up your resources production, and of course you are going to take all of these computer cities and boost up your resources production. Of course, if you are going to focus on the navy, you are going to need a lot of components, a lot of electronics too. And in this case, we have this province of electronics, and we have Tegucigalpa. We can annex it for sure. If we annex it, we will have better resources production, and we can go for the navy as fast. Let's look for our closest here enemies. We have Cuba, Haiti, and Yucatan. Yucatan will have problems with Cuba, and also will be busy with taking these computer cities. Here, Haiti and Cuba, they are going to engage in war, because in this region they are the only ones here as islands. The closest one for them is Florida. So here I'm 100% sure none of them here is going to stay all over Nicaragua and going to leave his homeland city unprotected. This is not smart, this is so stupid, so I assure you that Nicaragua is very strategical place here, and it's very, very good. My second place now. My second place is the giant Mexico. I know you guys love Mexico in this mode of the game, because look here, we have 7 homeland cities: Guadalajara, San Juan del Rio, Mexico City, Tlaxcala, and the Acapulco, of course, and this city I can't spell it, it's so hard. Cihuatineo. I hope I said it correct. So Mexico has 7 cities, so it makes it also one of the biggest nations here with a very good resources production. We have 1 computer player, 2 computer players, and 1 nation, Nuevo Leon. So here, if I am going to play with Mexico, the first thing I'm going to do is to wipe out this nation, Nuevo Leon. And I will see what will happen next. Maybe this Yucatan going for this computer player, so we will have common borders in here, and my next enemy will be Yucatan. Also, if Chihuahua goes for Jalisco here, it's going to also make it my next enemy, because I will never let anyone approach my homeland cities and be my neighbor. That's very dangerous, you should never do that. You should take Nuevo Leon very, very fast, and later you will see Chihuahua or Yucatan to be your next victim. And if you control all of the center of America, then Mexico is going to be an indispensable nation, and it's going to be one of the biggest and strongest. Now my first nation in this ranking. My first nation here, we have a lot of choices. We have a lot of cities of a lot of nations with 7 cities. We can mention Florida here, have a beautiful position. We can also speak about North Carolina. We can speak about, let's see here. But I already made up my mind about my first position. My first nation and my favorite nation in Battleground USA is going to be California. Yes, it's going to be California in the west coast of the Pacific Ocean. Why? First, we have 7 cities as usual, and also I have here a province of supplies. A province of supplies is very important for me, as with local industry level 3 is going to be boosting my supplies production with also 2 cities of supplies. This is Los Angeles and Redding, with both of 1,700 per day of production. Let's speak about the geographical position here in the map. South, I have Baja California and the city of Mexicali, which is Fuel City. On my east, I have Nevada, which is Carson City with electronics. And my north, I have Oregon. So look here, California is surrounded by 3 computer players, which makes it one also like Nicaragua, which makes it one of the most safest places here in the game. We will have time to make some corvettes here to protect our coast, as we have 3 coastal cities, and directly we go to Washington. 7 cities. It's going to be a big bounty, a very amazing bounty, and of course I'm going to nail it so fast. Me, as a player here, I never go for the computer player early at the game. I never do that. First, my strategy is to go for active players. I go for the most active players that I can see that they are building buildings in their cities. Those are the first ones I go for. I don't exhaust my inventories in battles against computer players, which is not going to be so smart, and I'm going to lose a lot of HP points. In that case, I'm going to go directly with a full hit points, of course, a healthy army. I'm going for the active players. In this case, there is a river that is splitting me and Arizona here, and we can get to each other only by this province of Las Vegas here. So it's only computer player. So making it to Arizona, he is not going to come for me because he doesn't want to cross this river and they want to go to him. So in this case, I'm going to cross all over Oregon here. I'm going, of course, to keep some units here just in standby. Maybe Chihuahua thinks about getting to me through Mexicali. So yeah, I'm going to keep some units here in San Diego and Los Angeles, as well as some corvettes, and I'm going all the way to the north. I'd like to take Washington. I'd like to take it for sure, because it's going to be a very huge bounty here with 7 cities, and I hope, to be honest, that Washington goes directly for British Columbia, because his homeland nation is going to be empty, and if he have and alive units there, they will be so exhausted. So here is going to be a win situation, as he is going to have a tyrant army, and I will eat him up so quickly. So this is our top 5 nations here in USA Battlegrounds. Please give me your feedback about my choice, and also I want to see in the comment section your top 5 nations in the Battleground USA here, and I will rate every top 5 of you, my fans and my followers. And don't forget to like this video, and of course suggest it for your friends, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.